Today, we will be deploying the 5 stages of market awareness in real time. I'm actually gonna be giving you guys an exact customer journey that I personally went through and give you guys real examples of how the stages of market awareness works from a psychological perspective of consumer psychology. So with that being said, if you're new to the channel, my name is Nick Theriot. Welcome to the channel. I basically run an advertising agency. I make these videos completely free for you guys to give you guys as much value as possible to help you scale your brand. And one day you'll say, fuck it. And you're basically going to either want to outsource to me or you'll want me to mentor you. So I have 2 links below where I can either A, work with you and help you run your ads, or B, mentor you and still help you out with your ads on that side right there. Don't have a course or anything like that for sale. So just hit the like button and hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you're asking yourself, why am I credible to teaching this stuff? We manage somewhere around 7 figures a month with Facebook ads. I've done over $50 million in online revenue with Facebook ads, helped multiple brands scale to 6 figures and 7 figures a month in revenue. So that being said, let's dive into the video. So I recently went through a buyer journey myself, where I went through the 5 stages of market awareness. And I really want to actively share with you guys my kind of feelings and thoughts at each stage. So that way, as a marketer, you deploying ads to these specific stages of people, you know exactly kind of what around they are currently feeling. So let's go ahead and just kind of give you a brief overview of what happened. I recently went to the doctor for something actually completely unrelated to what I got diagnosed with. And I got diagnosed with something called dermatitis, okay? And it's basically just, a kind of a skin irritation that happens for, a period of time on the scalp area for a specific part of the scalp. It's not like the whole scalp where it's just kind of itchy, flaky. It's very commonly misdiagnosed as dandruff, but it's not dandruff at all. So yeah, that's basically it. And so I want to go through, because obviously I've gotten some solutions now for this, and I've thought about this particular problem in my life in many different ways, okay? And I want to share with you guys through how I went through the 5 stages of market awareness with this. It's not really a sexy thing to be talking about, but it definitely gives you guys insight from a different perspective, okay? So let's just start off with how it started, okay? So we're going to start off and I'm going to start documenting the whole thing in real time. So let's start off with obviously the 5th stage, which is unaware. And I'm actually not going to start off at this one because that's not where my journey started off with, but I will come back to unaware, as there is a specific set of ads that we can create to appeal to that specific demographic. Okay, so we're gonna go to problem aware. All right, and problem aware is going to be the second largest group. So let's say, for example, unaware has 100 million people in it. Problem aware have 10 million people inside of it. Okay. And at problem aware, I was actively, and I say actively because that's what I was experiencing. I was actively experiencing this problem. That's what you need to understand, that I was actively experiencing a problem. And then what was I experiencing? Okay. Dry scalp, itchy scalp, and flaky scalp. Now, there's a few things at this stage I did not know, okay? Number 1, I didn't know what the hell I had. I didn't know what was going on here, okay? Number 2, I didn't know what the solutions were. I just know I have this problem, okay? So a problem aware demographic understands that they have a problem, but they haven't linked to a specific solution yet, okay? They just know they have a problem, all right? I have a problem with this. So the next step is, after we acknowledge the problem they have, is to introduce the solution for that problem. So if I wanted to target someone who is problem aware, the hook or headline, something relevant to that would be, hey, do you have a dry scalp? Did you know part of having a dry scalp can be also linked to dermatitis, and then going down that flow of what solves dermatitis. Okay, so with a specific headline like that, like, hey, do you have dry scalp? Even though that I'm trying to sell them a product that solves dermatitis, which I was diagnosed with, even though that is what I'm trying to sell, I cannot mention dermatitis in the headline. I cannot visualize dermatitis in the first 3 to 5 seconds. I can demonstrate dry scalp. I can visualize that. I can visualize flaky scalp, things like that. But I can't say, hey, do you have dermatitis? Because quite frankly, I didn't know I had dermatitis yet. So I would completely have toned out. So in the first 3 to 5 seconds of this ad, we need a headline or hook that relates to dry scalp, flaky scalp, and you can literally just put flaky scalp question mark, okay? And then show a visual of the flaky scalp, kind of like flaky, okay? Now that we got that problem-aware market's specifics attention, then from there, we can diagnose them and then show them the solution, okay? So let's go over to solution aware, all right? Now, solution aware, this is people who are actively aware of the solution to their problem. Now, at solution aware, there was multiple different solutions being pushed to me, different solution aware ads thrown at me, okay? So one solution aware type of ad was like, a doctor for, dermatitis. Another one was, like shampoo for dermatitis. And yeah, so I'm just gonna go over that. And then other like creams and stuff like that. Okay. So I don't know why I put a 5. At this stage right here, now at the third stage, if I wanted to target a stage 3 market awareness, okay. Now, if we look at like problem aware, like unaware might have 100 million people. Problem aware might have 10 million people. Solution aware people will have 1 million people in it. Okay. So it's a smaller crowd, but it's more specific. Okay. So that's the trade-offs here. You might go down this market awareness and start at a lower level, and you'll have a more specific audience, but you'll have a smaller audience. The higher you go up the market awareness levels, the harder it is to sell to people, but you have a larger demographic. Okay, so that's the trade-off there. Now, as a brand spends multiple millions of dollars a year in advertising, you want to climb this ladder because then you can appeal to more people and get more people in the door. Majority of people who are stuck at scaling, it's the messaging that's incorrectly set up in the business, and their messaging is just not set up to reach more people out in the population, okay? So that's the biggest thing that we solve when we come in and help a business scale, is we just fix the messaging to reach more people. So at the solution aware, this one, at solution aware, I A, had a problem, B, I've already gotten a diagnosis now. So now C, I'm actively looking at solutions specific to this problem here, okay? So this is where I was looking at, shampoos for dermatitis, doctors to treat dermatitis, things like that, different home remedies for dermatitis. I can actively mention now the problem, the diagnosis essentially, okay? So this is where you're gonna go that next step further, all right? So, now you can mention dermatitis. Now you can mention very specific solutions in the hook and the headline. So if I wanted to create an ad that started off with problem aware, then obviously the first 3 to 5 seconds would be problem aware, and then I'd move into like the solution and things like that. But now if I want to reach a solution aware demographic, again, they're already diagnosed with dermatitis, they already know the problem, things like that, then all I got to do is call out the solution in the ad. Hey, this shampoo relieves dermatitis in 5 seconds or 5 days, as little as 5 days. Shampoo to remove dermatitis in as little as 5 days. Okay, then that's a solution aware headline. We can open up a solution aware market. Okay, so at the solution aware stage, I was looking at different solutions: doctors, shampoos, and creams. Okay, so that's where I was at the solution aware stage. Okay, now the next stage is product aware. Okay, and product aware, I was actively sold on the solution, but not sure which product was best for the solution. Now, at this stage right here, I chose a shampoo. So at this stage right here, I chose a shampoo. That's how I wanted to specifically treat this, okay? And I was currently looking at a few different shampoos, okay? I'm now aware of multiple different products around for very specific solution I wanted, okay? The solution is shampoo. Now the products is brand A, brand B, brand C, brand D. Which one of those brand shampoos are going to do the best job at treating this? Okay, I know the solution I want to take, but which shampoo will do the best job for me? That's the question. Okay, so now I'm looking at things like ingredients, safety, will my hair fall out after taking this? Speed to results, different mechanisms within the shampoo, proof, has it worked for others? So I'm asking very product aware questions here. Okay. Now, personally at this stage right here, I wouldn't have too many ads around this stage. Also, another good one is us versus them, just proving your superiority. And at product aware, it's like, hey, which brand is best for me? Is it brand A, brand B, brand C? This is the type of ads that you can run that are like us versus them, okay? Them, and you can have like a few bad ingredients they have in theirs, and then us, and then boom, boom, boom. You have to prove your superiority that your product is the best. Now, I recommend at this stage that you're leveraging a lot of, landing page optimizations around this stage, because now you're looking at an audience that is, let's see, unaware, 100 million people, problem aware, 10 million people, solution aware, 1 million people. Now, product aware, you have maybe 100,000 people, okay? So the audience sizes are getting drastically smaller, okay, at this point. So I really wouldn't spend too much money here at the product aware. I definitely would leverage a few ads, but I would make sure that all of these specific questions are answered on the landing page. I would take a lot of time and consideration on that, because quite frankly, at this point, I'm literally just have my browser open with 5 different shampoos that fix my problem. And now I am just figuring out which one out of those 5 is the best ones. And I'm just comparing landing page to landing page. Okay. So this is a great spot that you would really want to improve your e-com business on, is have all these higher level questions about your product on your page. Just a few things like ease of use, proof. Do you have proof on your product page that your product works from multiple different perspectives? A perspective of doctors recommend it, authority figures like, PR articles, things like that, customer reviews, like all of these things right here that add authority and proof that your product does what it says there. That's huge. Okay. So now at a product aware stage, I've cut down maybe 5, 10 shampoos down to 1 or 2. Okay. Now the last stage is aware. Okay. Now aware, honestly, we're doing a lot of targeting here with email and SMS. We'll still occasionally run some ads at an aware stage, but this is basically, hey, I was actively sold on 1 to 2 brands, but just waiting for the right price. So at this stage, this is where text. All right, hold up. Let me just show it from this. This is where like a 20% off works. Okay. 20% off, free shipping, things like that. This type of stuff right here. It's if I'm choosing between 3 or 4 brands and I'm sold on 1 or 2 brands, then the first person hit me with a text or SMS or an ad that says 20% off I'm buying from. Okay. Now, again, aware is a small group of people. We have to think about it like this. All right. You have your unaware audience, which is like this big. And you have your problem aware audience, which is like this big. And you have your solution aware audience that's like this big. And you have your product aware audience that's like this big. And then you have your aware audience that's this big. Okay. So again, that's the 5 stage of market awareness. So as you go down, you go smaller in audience size. All right. And then as you go up, difficulty to sell to increases. Okay. So you have to understand that when you're looking at the market awareness stages. Okay. So that's why we find a sweet spot between problem and solution aware for 95% of our brands we run ads with. But it does make sense to go to the unaware stage. And it also does make sense to go to the product aware and aware stage also at some levels too. We like to focus a lot of our ads on like for brand new accounts around like a product aware and like a problem aware stage right there. Just because now with product aware, we're actively going out and after like a lot of the brands are already selling and we're proving our superiority and we have a better product. The second thing we like to look at is problem aware. Problem aware is just calling out specific problems people are having and introducing our solution for that specific problem. Okay. But here's the real questions and the real types of ads that would have fit me at each level. And I really hope this kind of like helps you guys out to understand the 5 stages of market awareness. But there is one more stage that I really want to hit on really quick. And if I can actually scoot this all over really quick for you guys, I'm actually going to show y'all something also really interesting of how to actually open up an unaware market, because I do think that's very important there to understand how to do that. Okay. So unaware market, again, these are people that are completely unaware to the problem, the solution, the product, or anything like that. These are people that are just living their lives. Okay. So at this stage right there, now I didn't go through the unaware stage. I went to the problem aware stage. Okay. That's how I became aware of this problem. Boom. I started to experience this and I went down this journey. Now, let's say, for example, I didn't have to go down this journey, and an unaware stage at this level would have been an ad to sell to me as a preventative. Okay, so let's say, for example, I got this from, I love going to the sauna. It's kind of like a, hypothesis of possibly how I got this. I love going to the sauna. Go to the sauna all the time at my gym. So let's say, for example, I got this from going to the sauna at my gym. Okay. And there's a lot of data in science backed that going to the sauna can lead to dermatitis. Okay. So with this, for unaware, then what I would do is I would create an ad that actively calls out people who go to the sauna. Okay. Then from there, I would educate them. Unaware, the biggest problem with unaware and why it's so hard to sell to is because you have to educate them on a problem. Now, I would educate them on data linked to dry scalp, okay, from sauna. All right. Then from there, I would, leads to dermatitis. All right. And then can be solved with, X, and then go a little bit more further into like that, like the next, etc. So that's how I would open up an unaware ad. Okay. Now, so here's the key thing here. If I was creating an ad for unaware right here for this specific market right here, where it says like actively calls out people who go to the sauna. All right. At this ad right here, when I create the visual, the video, for example, if I show dry scalp in the first 3 to 5 seconds, I'm already fucked up because you cannot mention the problem yet because people are unaware to the problem. Okay, so I have to show a sauna. I have to show people enjoying and loving the sauna for the unaware market. Okay, that's how I open up that market. Then the next 3 to 5 seconds after I use that scene right there, hey, do you love going to the sauna? Boom. Next 3 to 5 seconds after that first 3 to 5 seconds, the next 5 to 10 seconds, then I can start talking about how dry scalp is led. Sauna leads to dry scalp. Okay, now the 10 to 15 second mark, I can talk about the solution. All right, this leads to dermatitis or dry scalp, which leads to dermatitis. Here's how you treat dermatitis. And I talk about that solution. You can use shampoos. And then from there, the next, what are we at? Like 20 to 25 seconds. I can talk about product, like the product aware, how our shampoo for dermatitis is the best one on the market. Yada, yada, yada. List all like the superiority, things like that. Boom. Then the last 25 to 30 seconds or 30 to 35 seconds, aware. Hey, buy today and you get 1 free bottle as well with your order. So there we go. I just took you through a real life sales process and taking people through this. So if I create an ad for unaware, I go through all 5 stages in one video ad. And I think so many people get this confused that they have to create an unaware ad, then a problem aware ad, then a solution aware ad. No, you create one ad that goes through everything in one ad. Okay. Now for problem aware, if I create a problem aware ad, I'm going to go through starting with problem aware and then go through all the other stages after problem aware in that video ad. Hey, do you have dry scalp? Yes, I do. This is likely due to dermatitis. If you want to treat dermatitis, then check out our shampoo for dermatitis. Our shampoo is blah, 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 blah. Better than all the other competitors. Buy one today and you get 20% off a second bottle. Boom. Now, if I wanted to start at solution aware, hey, I forgot. I was just trying to think of a name. Our Liberty shampoo treats dermatitis in as little as 5 days. Boom, solution aware. Okay, here's why ours is better. Product aware. Buy one today, get 20% off a second bottle. Boom. So you can see how I go through very specifics in terms of, regardless of where I start at, in terms of like the ad. If I start off at solution aware, I carry through the rest of the phases. If I start at problem aware, I carry through the rest of the phases, because then it makes psychological sense for the consumer and it takes them through the proper thought processes they need to go through in order to purchase your product. And lastly, at aware, that's literally where I just show an image of our dermatitis treating shampoo and literally just say, hey, our fantastic dermatitis treating shampoo is now 20% off today. Boom, that's it. That's all you need to do, because they're already completely sold on our product. They're sold on our brand and everything like that. They're just waiting for a good discount. But then again, when you go to the aware stage, you have a smaller audience size, so you can't expect to spend a lot of money. So when we're scaling accounts, we're typically going up to a bigger unaware market here. And at this unaware market, it's harder to sell to. So, the pay grade as well for a marketer who can, who can do unaware ads is little. Okay. Now, someone who can create product aware ads, that's going to be a little bit better, a little bit more. Okay. Now, someone can create a solution aware ad. Okay. We're going to pay them a lot more for a marketer perspective. Problem aware, even more. Okay. Why? Because it's harder to sell to, and those who get it right or can get it right can pay a lot. People are willing to pay a lot of money to solve these issues. And, hey, that person is going to make, 6-7 figures a year as a marketer. This person will make 6 figures. This person will make 5 figures a year. And this one will barely crack 4 figures. And this one will make a couple dollars. Okay. So because these ads require a lot more research, a lot more in-depth knowledge, and a lot more just honestly marketer sophistication, a more sophisticated, more intelligent marketer at the end of the day. Okay. And that's why clients pay us a lot of money to run their ads, because we can really dig deep, and we've helped a brand that was stuck at like $1,000 a day crack $15,000 to $20,000 a day, $15,000 a day in ad spend. And we've made them over $25 million just this year alone by cracking this model for them. Okay. So this type of stuff works. And this is the higher level marketing tactics that is actually going to scale your ad account, not duplicating ABO campaigns or CBO campaigns. Like that shit does not scale ad accounts, because that's not talking about the messaging. The messaging is what sells the product. That's how you appeal to your consumers and everything like that. And that's what's actually going to move the needle. But no, you're worried about CBO or ABO, or Nick, I'm in learning limited, I'm not going to get good performance. Or Nick, I copied an ad when it was a full moon outside, and now I'm scared my performance is going to get fucked up. Or Nick, I increased or decreased my budget 20 minutes after the 24-hour period. Like, is that going to affect my results? Or hey Nick, I actually did 31% instead of 20% for an ad spend. Is my whole account fucked? Like, no, chill the fuck out. And you need to focus on shit like this, because this is the stuff that's actually going to move the needle in your account, not stuff like these little technical stuff in the ad account. The ad account's not that sensitive at all. The ad account's actually very hard to break, okay, when you actually create good ads. But when you create shit poor ads, that's when you start, thinking like, if the moon is not full moon and you duplicate an ad, that you think shit's gonna break in the account. That's not fucking true. I've been running ads since 2015. I've spent multiple 7 figures in ad spend on Facebook. Then over $50 million with online revenue just from Facebook ads itself. And I can tell you none of that shit is true, okay? Keeping shit in the account simple and focusing on messaging and creative concepts like this is going to substantially increase the performance in your ad accounts. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope this was a very interesting video around market awareness and things like that, and actually giving you a real kind of feedback with like, someone actively going through the 5 stages himself, and giving you kind of like types of things that have appealed to me at those stages and things like that. So make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Click links below. I have one for, if you want me to run your ads for you, book a free strategy session with me, and we'll actually kind of go over your ad account and everything like that. Or if you would love for me to mentor you, also have a link for that for my little inner circle. So thank you all so much for watching. My name is Nick Theriot. Talk to you guys later. Peace out.